What's up, guys? So I'm back here with round 9 of the LBA, and today we are going to be battling Ab, or the Riyadh Rhydons. And Ab is arguably the best battler, or one of the best battlers in all of the LBA. He's 7-1 and I'm 6-2, so this is a pretty high up in the ranks battle. So I'm bringing between the 3rd and 4th place teams, I think, because I'm in 4th place and I think he's in 2nd or 3rd or something like that. But anyways, I still have my same team, no changes to it, and he has Flygon, Weavile, Magnezone, Swampert, Latias, Cofagrigus, Espeon, Doublade, Venomoth, and Mega Venusaur. While that doesn't look like the most powerful bunch, his team is really cohesive with each other, and he just plays his team extremely well. So I knew there was a lot of threats to me, and that Weavile especially scared me since it can outrun my whole team, and it can just one-shot pretty much all of my Pokemon except for my walls. So that was something I was really scared of, and he did draft Doublade. He dropped Jardigan to get Doublade, mainly to wall out my Gardevoir, as it can also deal some damage to my team if I lose my Quagsire, which I was really banking on Quagsire to stop his physical attackers, and I felt like this week I kind of gave it a little half-ass effort with the planning, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so the team I decided to bring was Thundurus, Chansey, Tyranitar, Gardevoir, Scizor, and Quagsire, and he brought Magnezone, Weavile, Doublade, Swampert, Venomoth, and Venusaur. So this is the average team that I've seen him bringing. Weavile is such a huge threat to my team, though, as it can just destroy all of my team members, and also, I needed my Quagsire really badly because he has 2 very prevalent physical attackers in that Doublade and Weavile, so I was really counting on Quagsire to shut those down. And also, Mega Venusaur is really fat, and I know he likes running an offensive set that hits really hard. So I knew I was going to have my hands full in this matchup, as I really wanted this win, but it was going to be a really tough one because he's just such an amazing player, and his team is just really scary. Even though I do have a team advantage, he's just gonna find a way to make it work. That's what he does usually. So let's go ahead and start the battle, shall we? So he's gonna lead off with Hist, his Mega Venusaur, as I lead off with Thundurus, as I do have Psychic on this thing, but I can't OHKO it. Even if I was modest specs, I wouldn't be able to OHKO it, as I'm just gonna go for the Volt Switch right here, as I am going to score crit on this thing, which is nice, but the thing is, it's not even in range of Psychic from that point, which is still ridiculous, as I'm going to go into Scizor, predicting the Sludge Bomb or the Giga Drain, as I do know he likes running HP Fire in it, so I'm going to switch directly back out into Judge here, as he is going to Synthesis up, which is going to put him out of any sort of range of Psychic. So had I gone for the U-turn there, then I could have potentially put him in range, as I'm going to go for the Psychic here. I really want to damage off on this thing, as he just eats that hit up, as he's just going to go for the Sludge Bomb, and it's not going to knock me out, but it does so much damage, and I only have 1 Life Orb hit left, so I didn't know what he was going to go into, as he's going to go into a Swampert, as I went for the knockoff. I do have Grass Knot on this thing, so had I predicted that, I would have been able to OHKO it, which would have been really great, but that was just kind of a hard prediction for me to make. So I'm going to go into Gardevoir now, as I will be able to get my Mega Evolution off, and I knew he wasn't going to stay in here because he has 2 Steel types, as he is going to go into his Magnezone. I really thought he was going to go into Doublade, but he doesn't, so in is his Magnezone, which I'm assuming Scarfed, as I do have the Shadow Ball predicting the Doublade, as that's not going to do very much to Magnezone, as I'm going to switch out because I don't want to take a Flash Cannon, and I'm just going to go into my Chansey because it can take any hit from this thing. And he is going to pull the double switch out into his Venusaur, so I'd be okay if he wanted Synthesis here because I do have the T-Wave, but he's going to go directly into his Swampert here. So had I just went for the Seismic Toss, I would have been good to whittle it down, but he's going to set up his rocks here, and I just go right for the Seismic Toss, because getting a damage off on this thing is good, because he uses his Swampert really well, as it's just really bulky and it roars stuff out and it sets up rocks, as rocks are actually going to be a problem in this game for me. So I'm going to set up the Wish, as he's going to switch out into his Venomoth. Now, I honestly should have just left in my Chansey as sleep fodder, because he could have potentially missed and I could have T-waved it, but I go into Scizor here, which was kind of a bad play because Scizor really hits his team hard, as he's going to put my Scizor to sleep, which this was a pretty bad misplay on my part, because like I said, Scizor can revenge kill a lot of his team, and it should be able to KO Venusaur from where it stands, and I do have the Shed Shell so that I can't get trapped by Magnezone, but I'm going to pull the double switch out there, and I'm going to go into Tyranitar, as I'm not Choice Scarfed in this game. I am a Chople Berry set, so I can hopefully deal with his Weavile, as he's going to go into his Swampert, and I pulled the double switch out here, as I didn't want to take Flash Cannon, because I need my Tyranitar at good health, as I'm going to go into my Scizor here, and I'm just really hoping that I can wake up as soon as possible, because I really need Scizor in this game, as he's going to roar me out. So he just gave me one free turn, as it's going to send me out into T-Tar, but that Stealth Rock damage is hurting me because Weavile can... I'm getting closer to range where Weavile can knock me out after Chople Berry, so I was really afraid of that, as now I'm going to go into Scizor again. I probably shouldn't have done this. I should have just gone into Chansey, as he's going to Earthquake me here, as I'm asleep once again, so I'm never able to wake up, which just really sucks, because now I lose my Scizor, which is a whole bunch of bad stuff. So that was a horrible misplay on my part. I should have never let Scizor go to sleep in the first place, because now I have really no means of revenge killing Weavile, as I'm going to go into Gardevoir, as I predict the switch into his Magnezone, and I am going to land a Focus Blast, so that's going to knock out his Magnezone. So I get one Pokemon down, but I'm not really feeling it at this point. I lost my Scizor, which would have been able to deal with Doublade. Tyranitar is getting weakened, as now he gets the free switch into Weavile, and this thing is scary as hell, as he's going to pull the double switch here, which was a good play, as he's going to go back out into Swampert, as I switch into Quagsire, because I figured that Quagsire would be able to take on Weavile, as I'm going to take that Stealth Rock damage, and he's going to Scald me right here. And fortunately, he doesn't burn me, and I'm going to go for the Scald myself, and I don't get the burn either. I would have liked it because it can just wear down this Swampert, which is really annoying. As now I'm going to go into Gardevoir, figuring that he's going to Scald. If he went for Earthquake, then I'd probably be dead. But anyways, he's going to go for Scald, and it doesn't do very much, and he's predicting me to predict him, but I'm just going to go right for the Hyper Voice, as that's going to knock out his Swampert, so that's good. So I take down his wall, but now he just gets another free switch into Weavile. And after that little bit of damage from the Scald, Quagsire can get 2-hit KO'd from Weavile, so I have to switch into Quagsire because it's the only thing that can take a hit. But Knockoff's going to do a lot of damage, as he's going to take Rocky Helmet and Life Orb, but honestly not very much, especially when it does so much damage to me. I was hoping that I could maybe live a Knockoff, but no such luck, as I lose Quagsire, and now I can't stop his Doublade or his Weavile, so this really bites, as now I'm going to go in T-Tar, hoping that I can live a low kick with the Chople Berry, but I didn't run defense, and I honestly should have run like max defense so I could take this thing on, as low kick is still going to OHKO me after the Chople Berry, so I really can't stop this thing, and it's just a horrible scenario for me, as I honestly didn't plan well enough in this game, and it really bit me on the butt. I should have brought Torkoal to take on this Weavile as well, as now he's gonna switch out and go into Doublade, as I can't do anything to this thing. I'm gonna go for the Thunder Wave, as he switched out saying later that he was fearing the counter, which I thought about bringing. Actually, I had counter on Quagsire, I believe. Yeah, I think I did. But anyways, I'm going to go for the Wish, but I cannot touch this Doublade at all, and it can just freely set up a Swords Dance, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to lose. That's basically, I can't do anything. He's getting paralyzed, but all I have left is Chansey and Mega Gardevoir. A +2 Shadow Sneak is going to easily knock out Gardevoir from this range, so the only way I can even hope of just salvaging some score is getting multiple paralysis in a row so I can land some Shadow Balls. But he's going to break through and get off the Shadow Sneak, so I would have liked the hack so I could shorten up the score, but I don't mind because I don't want to rely on hacks. So all I have left is Chansey, and Chansey can literally do nothing to this Doublade, so that's going to be the game, as it's going to get paralyzed for a little while, but I cannot do anything to it, so it's just going to eventually kill me. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, as I fall to 7-3, which is still pretty good, but you know, I'm just disappointed on how I planned for this game. I half-assed it, and obviously it bit me in the butt, as Ab planned really well, and he's going to be able to knock on my Chansey. So that's all, folks, as I should be getting up my battle with Bryle with the New Jersey Meganiums pretty soon. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Have a good day, all that, and peace.